In Langford on Happy Valley Road, it used to be a fire hall. Then it was the Trolly Hall holding all those old trolley buses that used to go around Langford. Now, could it become a mixed-use building involving housing and a medical clinic? That is the plan from Langford Council, and we've got Scott Goodmanson, the mayor of Langford, joining us on the line. Sir, how you doing?
Doing well, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. So talk about this plan here. So I guess it's just early stages. You're looking for a partner to help develop this. You've got this request for proposals out, but talk us through what you want to do.
Well, we know that healthcare and housing are two more big important things that not just across the city, but across the country. And more and more municipalities are having to find ways to deal with this. So what we've got is an idea. We are working already well with the South Island Primary Care Society. We've had the two clinics working with them, and we know it takes a couple of years to get a clinic going. So we wanted to get going right away as fast as we could. So what we're able to do on this project is leverage some land that the city owns, which you know is a Trolly Hall, and then a house that the city bought a while ago beside it. And the deal is, we'll put our land up, and we're putting a call out for any developers. It can be for market, it can be nonprofit. In fact, we've already had a nonprofit show some interest. Put in a building that is a bit of a mixed use. You know, on the ground floor, we would love to see something like a small restaurant or a craft coffee shop, something that, you know, the residents can walk to and can use regularly. And is open at all different times of the day. And then we could see something like a pharmacy going in there as well, because we know that when this goes through, you're going to have all these new patients, and they're going to need a new pharmacy. And then the second floor, we're looking at about a 4,500 square foot clinic, which is about the same size as the one we put in on Bryn Mawr. And then above that, some variation in level of housing. Who the developer is, whoever puts in the proposal, you know, each person is going to have their own design, their own flavor, and we just want to find the best use for that land so that we can get that clinic in.
Now, would the idea be the city of Langford would continue to own the property even after it's all built, or how does that ownership work?
We would be giving up the property, but we would still own what we would own is the clinic.
Okay.
Both clinic space. So, I'm coughing here. In perpetuity, we would have the ownership of the clinic.
Now, you mentioned that this would be kind of like some of the other stuff you've done in partnership with the South Island Primary Care Society. Let's talk a bit about what that looks like, because you did the one, you've done a couple of these, as you've mentioned. What does that model look like?
So what we've done with them is that in both cases, you know, the spaces are provided for them by the city, and then they run the clinic. What that means is the doctors that come in, they don't have to worry about running the clinic. They come in, they doctor, they leave. The society, they're the ones that brings in the assistants and the office staff and worry about the running of the office. And they've got a great track record of bringing doctors in. For our large one, when we announced that we were doing this, they had the 10 doctors hired within about a month. The biggest trouble is just getting them through the paperwork into Canada. But already of the 10 that they hired, 5 are working in the office right now. And they seem to have a good handle on this. Having the doctors just do what they want to do, and that is being a doctor, and having the Primary Care Society do what they know how to do, and that is run the offices, and then the city help with land and so on. This makes a good partnership.
That is what Langford is trying to get going there on that former Trolly Hall site, as you mentioned. That is early stages, though. So you got this request for proposals going out. Just talk us through the next steps here. What happens next with this idea?
So once people have sort of received the proposals, and it'll be out publicly. We are not making any predetermined designs other than just sort of the general. We'd like to see something on the bottom and the doctor's office on top. We are not saying exactly how many units it has to be. We're not saying, what the makeup of them has to be, what they look like. We want to see what people can imagine. We want to see what designers out there can come up with. When we first came into power and we had a meeting with a developer group, at the end of the meeting, a bunch of architects came up and said, can we design something new? And I said, design what you want. What do you mean? And they said, can we just design stuff that is different? And we said, yeah. So this is an example. That's what they can come up with.
Well, we got to leave it there because we're out of time, but we'll follow that story. It's early days, but that's the hope from Langford that they can put together at that former Trolly Hall site some housing, a medical clinic, some other storefronts. It's the dream there. Scott Goodmanson, Mayor of Langford, thanks for talking to us today.
You're very welcome, sir.